Hi guys, welcome back to
going?
7th Street. We're trying something a little bit different. We're gonna do a little conversation here. There's no script or anything. We're just gonna
Living life on the edge.
kind of roll with it. A couple of beers deep. This is Josh Dietrich. I'm sure
How's it going?
you all know who he is. Alright, so today we're gonna talk about best films from the 2000s.
Films. Oh my gosh.
Decade, yeah. Tell us a little bit about
I
your
just
idea for a decade.
I really wanted to start with the 2000s because everyone and their mother could start with the 70s and 80s and you could list all these movies that everyone's seen and you're like, yeah, those movies are really awesome. But right before, like, CGI, which is fine. I love computer-generated images. Don't get me wrong. But what I really like is being able to balance that with some fantastic practical effects.
Yeah.
I mean, the scariest movies mirror the actual things on film that you can't really fake. And that being said,
There are a lot of good ones in the 2000s that have a good mix of CGI and a good mix of practical. And there's definitely good instances of CGI. Like, I think that CGI is better when it's just used for shots that you can't do practicals for, right? Like,
that's what it was really intended for. Like, things I can't shoot a whole valley with. Like,
I think
all of Mordor coming at the elves and all that good shit. So you really gotta
you
gotta cut the budget, and that's a really good time to do it.
You know, one that just to kind of start it off, just because it's been fresh in my mind lately, is The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, you picked The Mummy.
Not the new one, but
we didn't share with each other which ones we're gonna do.
Yeah. This is totally off the cut.
All off the cut.
He's been trying to get it out of me all day. So I don't necessarily think it's one of the best of the 2000s.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, and it might even be 1999, but the first remake of
I'll let it slide.
with Brendan Fraser, I really liked it as a kid. I mean, to be honest, I liked that one better than the Boris Karloff one, and like I really liked the classic Universal monster movies.
That's gonna probably catch you some flack.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that I like it more now.
Yeah.
And I loved the old Universal horror movies, even as a kid. But the Mummy movies from Universal that I really liked were the sequels, because it's not Boris Karloff. It's not the same Mummy. So I would say that as a kid, I liked the Brendan Fraser one more, and that's an example of like CGI because they needed it for like pyramids.
Some just wild stuff in that. There's some wild shots, and they really did pull it off in that film. That's crazy.
So
it's so funny you brought that up. I
just thought like just
I'm trying me right now. I'm just like, damn. All right.
So what do you like?
Oh shit! What do I like?
What from the 2000s?
Long walks on the beach, smooth jazz. No, from the 2000s. I'm gonna start with, we were just talking about it a few months ago, the Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
And I only bring that up because just the sheer amount of like terrifying images as well as like monologues. Like rarely is there, and horror doesn't get this a lot, but there are really good performances like acting wise, and they usually are overshadowed because there's other things going on like bloody shit or like and then 10 minutes after a monologue some dude's dick got chopped off, like oh shit, that would overshadow a monologue.
Right.
So that being said,
like there's good acting,
great acting,
and good.
I mean, Sherry Moon, that's a
oh
my god, one of my first loves, her and Halle Berry. If you guys are watching, I love you.
We had the pleasure of meeting two of them in person. We met Bill Moseley and Sid Haig.
And who are you forgetting?
Oh, Will Forsythe.
Will Forsythe, who's actually the coolest motherfucker.
We had a martini with Will Forsythe. Yeah,
he definitely doesn't remember this, but holy shit, that guy is.
He was awesome.
He was the cop. Like the only thing, like that was different. Is he wasn't in the suit, and there wasn't Baby. That's the character, the old lady who's just like losing her shit.
Yeah.
And also, that's probably the main reasons I want to drag on too long for this film. I want to talk about it all day, but that performance, Bill Moseley kills it. Sherry Moon, fantastic and sexy, but the actress who played Baby was truly horrific. That was kind of like if The Exorcist and misery, and I can't even think, but all these awful things you shouldn't combine made one character, and you're like, oh shit, this lady is wild.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. That's definitely a good one for the 2000s.
And Rob Zombie's a I personally, he's...
Rob Zombie has to be on the list.
He has to be on the list, but also, I hope he's going to keep making films. He's such a, like, low-key, very down-to-earth, like, I personally am not too familiar with all of his music, but the films he makes, you can tell he's a huge fan of the genre, which I really like. Yeah, it makes him more, you respect him a little bit more, since you know he's a fan. Yeah, and he's, like, he's seen this stuff, so he's referencing these awesome movies that we like.
You know...
Number 2.
Early 2000s, I always think, Land of the Dead. The fourth in the Dead trilogy from George Romero. Just because I saw that one in the theater. First day when it came out, I made my dad take me, and it was really good in the theater. I was really, really excited for it when it came out. I remember seeing the trailer for it on TV and just lost my shit because it was clips from Night of the Living Dead was the trailer.
That's a cool I mean, that's totally what you should do, even if the film is completely future zombie stuff. Like, you should still reference that. And, it's dope. You know,
I think over time, maybe that one hasn't held up as well as the other two. I know that everybody hates his other two in the series, which is Survival and Diary. People really, really don't like that one.
Fuck that. It was totally... They're overshadowed because people will forget about George Romero the moment they start making The Walking and all this really accessible zombie shit. Like,
I think that those ones, as I go back and watch them, I think maybe they aged a little bit better than Land of the Dead did. But I don't know. I one of the George Romero. It's not a trilogy anymore. I mean, what is it when it's 6 films?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I don't even know.
The Mist.
Mist.
I say this for a few reasons. Most of these I bring up because none of these have like particularly bad acting. There's like bad parts, but overall, the main characters do a good job portraying their fucking characters, and they also again go on to do other cool projects that I've liked. But again, some can fucking suck afterwards, but they really did a good job on that one. But really, I was mentioning this to you earlier when we were outside. Why I like this film is because it's the closest thing to a thank you, a good solid handshake to Night of the Living Dead. Just think about it. All these people are stuck inside a building that we all find comforting in some... We find solace in the grocery store because there's like bright lights and there's food, and when we go home we don't have to be there, and then you got fucking food. It's a character study. It's also a character study, and everything outside is unexplainable at the time. In '68, Dead People Rising was still a pretty new concept. Voodoo and all that is really, and there's a handful of like zombie movies, but again that made it like mainstream. And so this film is essentially like a nod to Night of the Living Dead. Yeah. And I think the acting, like Dwayne killed it in Night of the Living Dead, and the guy in The Mist, he really brings it home. And I don't know if you haven't seen it, I don't want to give all of it away, but the ending scene literally, holy shit, got me. And you're left with that decision as a person when a movie, also written by Stephen King, really makes you fucking think about all these like military. What the military somehow started this? Are they going to end it? Right. Again, I also bring up all these films because most of them are over 10 years old and they're all incredibly relevant. Like The Hills Have Eyes, Radiation. That's completely still an issue. In this film, you have military as well as religion being the main cause of all conflict. I'm not saying all these people have gotten along. We can always find ways to separate each other, which is a shitty part about being a person. But if religion wasn't in that film, they probably would have figured it would have gone a different way.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's definitely a play.
So,
I would have to say, I still have 2 more I want to chat on. It'd be like 30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night is good. I saw that in the theater too. That was an experience.
Because there were shots where it looked like war photography. Like
Yeah.
it was a fly. I mean, it was like bird's eye view, but you just saw total carnage,
Yeah.
and then you were able to punch into a medium shot of these other gruesome things going on in the sounds of vampires. Man,
that's another one where the dad had shot his family and didn't have enough bullets left, and then he got saved by everyone. And then he's the one who like gets his head cut off, and he makes like that really crazy.
He gets
scream.
off the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would in that scenario.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the film,
Yeah.
guess what? Getting your head cut off was
the best thing. Best thing that could have happened to
best
you.
thing that you could have done. You probably wouldn't have done it, but you know, I also had a really, because I tried to come in this and throw some oddballs for you. I also mentioned this is a war film because I'm a huge fan of comic books. So Mouse did a really good representation of the mice being Jews and the cats being the Germans, the Nazis. All Germans are awful. In this scenario, I saw the exact same thing. It was an isolated little town where people, and literally it just came to me when I was rethinking about this film, because it is underappreciated, and it's like they're hiding in the attic, and that's I guess it's a little blatant. It's not the most like it's not super hidden meaning. If you wanted to look for it. In art, but I
can
was
see
like,
that.
Jesus, that is so brutal, and because they couldn't make a sound, and it was just awful, and there's no rhyme or reason to why it was happening. Just besides, one group of people were super fucked up.
Yeah. You know,
it was hard.
Another really good one that I just now thought of, and I know that you've seen a couple of them. It's not necessarily a movie, but Showtime's had that Masters of Horror TV show, like those hour-long things, like Jennifer. Remember that one with Dario Argento?
Yes. Oh, and it's the girl that's all fucked up.
Yeah. Jennifer was good.
That.
Because I love Argento.
That would be a brilliant remake because of just all the. I guess. What's a politically correct way to put this? All the. Gender. Just I don't even know how to describe it. Just we're a lot more open.
Accepting,
right now. Accepting of any kind of like that kind of conversation.
Yeah,
would have been as cool back in the 90s.
Yeah, that would be an interesting
but now,
take on.
It's not even
Jennifer.
about gender, like your sexuality or any of those things.
No, I know what you're saying.
Just the fact that her outer beauty wasn't the most.
Right.
How do you describe it?
Well, yeah, she was beautiful, but she had like a fucked up face. that was the.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I danced around that subject. Her face is super fucked up in that, and
this is not. We're not scholars here. This is just.
We should just cut that whole scene. But anyway, Jennifer, that one is really well done. Good. It has kind of like that soap opera lighting from the 90s I really get nostalgic about. Like, oh man, the forest is so well lit. Oh, where'd you find
everything's
this weird,
like on a soundstage?
Hot yet deformed girl. I don't know why I was trying to be so politically correct. Her face is super fucked up in this. But it's more like, not Predator, but more like,
it's like
Chewie from...
Yeah, she had like all black eyes, and I think like
the
she
black
had, like,
eyes
a big
was also
hair lip or something.
Everyone, spoiler, everyone in the movie still fucks her.
Even the son.
All black eye. Ooh,
even the son fucks
has all black eyes, and her face is all fucked up. Like, from here down. She has, like, minus the black eyes, it's all this. You just have to watch it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
I have one more movie to mention, though. The Descent.
Yeah.
I want to look into the camera seriously, because holy fuck.
Yeah.
This movie, I wrote down notes a little bit, but I really wanted to stress is like how effective it is, just being terrifying. How like it wasn't even genre
and shit.
And you see it behind the scenes, and they're in these little tubes, but you know the camera's brought back. It's on the set. But what really struck me is most films aren't don't pass the Bechdel test, which is when you shoot a film and it's kind of a feminist just rules. Like there's three basic things.
There's no guys in it. They don't.
Well, no, there
drive
can be
any
guy
action like
there can be men in it, but the women have to talk about anything other than men.
Right.
And there's three other ones. I don't have to go into full detail, but the simple rule of it all is most films don't do that with a female character.
Yeah.
There's millions of ways you can test, or you can just watch a movie and be like, wow, that dude wrote really shitty dialogue for a girl, or a lady, or whatever. You can just tell when someone doesn't know what they're writing about. In this one, you have 6 really dynamic characters, all of which are actually women too, which is super crazy to see in any film when there's no, like, the only male presence is us 2 dudes who like to make horror movies.
Yeah.
It was just in the first like 5 minutes. It was like also refreshing because everyone was just like, oh yeah, Mad Max. They're so feminist. I'm like, well, they actually didn't pass the test, and they didn't have really any meaningful dialogue. They're kind of just there to be thrown like sand on.
Right.
That's neither here nor there. But what I'm trying to say is it broke that boundary. The monsters in there, fucking genius practical effects. Like make me not want to go on hikes. Fuck that noise. If they put those suckers in a cave.
Yeah.
Like no.
You know, I always think of like, because I think there's like 5 different alternate endings to that movie or something like that.
Too.
Yeah, that's like all on the DVD, and that's like that's a selling point right there. Like everyone has to buy. Everyone has to buy the DVD if you want to.
I own that DVD, and guess what? If you're watching this, the girl that came to my house and we watched The Descent on our second date, I'm so sorry. That was the worst.
Yeah.
I could have put on literally any other movie that would have been attractive, and it's not until you see a pickaxe go through a bat person with no wings crawling around through its eyeball when you really realize that I should have taken you out for drinks. So I apologize. Not a good first date movie.
So stick around, guys, for more of these videos. If you like them, let us know, and we'll keep doing more of these conversations. Definitely keep checking out Reference This Film. Check out Danny is a Psycho, which is on another channel.
Yeah.
But Josh here worked on it a little bit. I star in it. And definitely check out our 2 films that are out. Those are definitely 2 of the best films from the 2000s. 3 Flies in a Widow's Web and If These Walls Could Talk. The full movies are through Kings of Horror. I'll put the links
in our page.
Yeah, subscribe to our page.
Subscribe to their page.
Yep. And watch our movies. Definitely leave a comment and suggest a movie. Definitely tell us what movies we missed.
Yeah.
On this episode.
I'm thinking the Babadook, Left Out, Who's Next? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a million.
Yeah, Get Out.
We'll talk about this next time.
Alright, take it easy.